Okay, I'm recording a new video because I can't seem to download my snaps to my phone. It says it's downloading, but it's not working. But I wanted to say yesterday why I decided to get a GoPro camera. I knew I wanted to add more video to my content creation strategies. As you probably know, I blog and podcast and do some speaking and coaching and some other things, and I personally like video. It not only statistically does it perform really well, but I prefer watching video. It's funny because I've been blogging for 4.5 years that I would almost rather watch the content, even if it's just being made and talking to a camera like this, than read maybe 2,000-3,000 words, which sucks because I'm a writer and I want people to read the words, but as a reader, sometimes I just want to watch the movie. So anyway, I decided to really go all in on my video creation. I was at the Content and Commerce Summit put on by Digital Marketer a few weeks ago in Orlando. And over the past few years, I've known that video needed to be a bigger part of what I was doing. And a few weeks ago, I just kind of I felt disappointed in myself for not doing more. And sometimes video can be a little bit expensive. If you read my book, Exit Strategy, I talked about how video was kind of the highest barrier to entry, where anybody can do text. You can almost get started doing text and blogging for free, but you can't necessarily do video for free. Yeah, we've got it all on our phones and blah, 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 but you can't really edit on your phone, and getting high quality video, which hopefully this has a higher barrier to entry. Anyway, I knew I wanted to do more video, still want to do an increasing amount of video. So I started shopping for the best video cameras. I looked at the Canon 70D, now it's the 80D. I've looked at 60Ds a few years ago. I've looked at some vlogging cameras like the PowerShot something 700. You'll see some of what I'm talking about here in the upcoming video, but I decided to go with the GoPro Hero 5, which is what I'm recording on right now. The audio is coming through that, and I'm looking right here at the big camera lens right in front of me. So I did a review. I've got some time lapse. I've done some audio tests to see if a GoPro Hero 5 Black, got to get the name right, Hero 5 Black for $399, plus some accessories like this, what works, what doesn't, what I need, what you might need, and honestly how good it will perform as a vlogging and content creation tool. So sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and hopefully I can help you make it a logical, smart, financially smart decision on whether or not you want to choose a GoPro for your video content creation efforts. GoPro, stop recording. All right, let's give this open. I have really no idea what to expect. So there we go. So get started. Let's see. Set up battery, micro SD card. That's good to know. It says the insert a micro SD card sold separately, so it doesn't come with one. I don't know if it has. Don't know if it has any built-in memory or not. Right now, if you buy from Best Buy, you can get one of these 64 gig ones for free. I don't know, it might save you 20 or 30 bucks. I don't know why they tell you to cut there.
That did oh, maybe it did do something for me. Okay. Memory card. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Let's see what else we got in here. You break it, we'll replace it. Get covered for 2 years. Interesting. Their new Plus membership, swag, safety instructions. It's funny because you're supposed to take these and do wild and crazy things. USB-C, there's no top or bottom. There's no way to plug it in. Wrong. The battery, of course, I got another one for 20 bucks. Yeah, they're the same. The battery is not the same as the Hero 3s and 4s. So you can't use your old existing battery. So we got that. And 2 mounts with some 3M sticky. I guess it's like a dashboard thing. What else is in here? Anything? Or just filler? Just filler. Hold on. Lift up and then pull out. Lift up and slide out. Okay, so if you're having as much issues getting this thing off as I did, so this screws it in. What they don't tell you on the back here, maybe I'm just ignorant, but once you pull that up, you've got to squeeze these things in. So don't almost break it like
that at all.
So whenever you get this thing off, you don't have to necessarily unscrew that, but when you lift this up, make sure you squeeze these tabs in, because you will need this to go into all of these. So don't try to go Hercules and break it. But there we go. This is the GoPro. I feel like I'm missing something, because this thing on there is not supposed to be on there. Yeah. Okay, so more things that you might know if you have had a GoPro before. So this one, the new 5, is supposed to be waterproof, ruggedized, and all this stuff. And it's got this cool mount thing that you can use to mount it with all this stuff, right? Well, if you want to get to the camera, which I think you might have to do to get to where you can actually use step 1 of the instructions, you got to pull this tab off right here. Got to lift that up, and then it will unlock this hinge thing, and lift that down, and then you can just pop the GoPro out. These things are supposed to be fairly durable and rugged, but I'm still kind of paranoid about busting it up. So you've got this, which again allows you to mount it to other things, and then you actually have the little unit here, because you got to be able to take this back off somehow. So I knew we had to be able to do that. So we'll stick the battery in there. A little light flashed on there for a second, and we're going to, this says, I don't know if it'll focus on that or not, it says mode. This button doesn't do anything. Oh, we need the memory card too. So it says to put it in like this. Get that out of the way, like that. Just a little click. It's supposed to be waterproof, so hopefully that's snug enough. So we're going to power on. It blinks, says GoPro there on the dashboard thing. And you can see it kind of through there. I know we got to take that off. This is really weird that they would make it so I could do like a pull tab or something. I mean, that's really on there. Jeez. So you got to go really in there and get this whole thing off. GoPro really could have made it easier by giving us a little pull tab or something, but they didn't. But that's how you know it comes off, because it got a goofy looking Labrador whatever. And then it's supposed to be all touch from here. No, don't need Dutch. English. Let's come around here this way. And we're going to set the date. Do you want the GPS on? Know where our photos were taken?
Yeah.
Let's do on camera tour, a quick tour of your GoPro. Let's see. A short press on, long press powers off. Mode button switches between video and photo modes. So that is on this side. This little mode button. Next. Add highlight tags while recording. Okay. Shutter button captures video and photo. That's here on the top. Quick capture. When your GoPro is off, press shutter to power on and start recording immediately. Short press for video, long press for time-lapse videos. That'll take some getting used to. And camera mode and settings. So one of the things I wanted to look at when I was looking at these was, let's see, it wants me to acknowledge what it's doing. We're still in the tour mode. Tab below to change modes and settings. Well, I just tried that. Advanced settings, swipe left to access additional settings. Well, that was something. That was talking about video stabilization, which was a big requested feature. Preferences, swipe down to connect to other devices and change preferences. Guess it doesn't want me to do that yet. Connectivity, oh, that's just teasers. Media, swipe right to view your photos and videos. All this swiping. Exit, swipe down to return to the main screen. Mobile apps, capture, use your phone as a remote, playback and share and receive auto updates. That'll be cool, to use the phone as a remote. That'll be very nice. Edit and share. Quick, it's an app, and Splice are two apps. Automatic edits made awesome. Custom edits made simple. That's a new service, $5 a month. You can upload directly to the cloud. Visit preferences to take this tour again. And there we go. So we got 16% battery. So this field of view, I don't know if you can see that. See where it says wide and how this straight table looks curved? That wide angle, that's that fisheye thing. So let's change that to, let's go through some of the options. Super view, you got this really weird zoom view of our vacuum cleaner. And then you've got, what I think I might use a lot is maybe the linear or narrow. You're not quite as zoomed, but it minimizes the fisheye. the fisheye view. And then linear, yeah. So let's change the resolution. So what I was gonna say is I really wanted something that would do 4K. So let's tap for 4K options. You can do 4K at 60 frames per second. That's more than a movie theater by a lot. Not supported for 4K. Oh, sorry, you can't do. It's 4K at 30 frames per second. There we go. Photo and video. You can do looping, photo, night burst, time lapse, night time lapse. So if somebody wants to steal or cut down our tree when we're sleeping, yeah, we can get you, bitch. Connectivity. Let's see. Connected devices. Connect new. Name and password. Let's try this. Connect new. I'm going to pair this with the phone that I'm recording on. So let me try that and come back. So I got to create an account here. So just finished connecting and it tells me charge your GoPro to proceed. Got it? But that's some meta. Whoa. It is recording the recording. And it tells me over here that I'm recording. And that the battery is almost dead. It is on the front. So you can see all of your settings. So if you're going to use this for vlogging and doing other sorts of videos where you kind of need to see what's on the screen, you know, you can't necessarily, there's no reversible screen, but if you frame the shot, you can see, okay, I've got 4 hours left on my memory card, I'm shooting 1080p 30 frames per second. I don't know what that 04 means, but you can see your battery levels, and then the button here on the top, let's see if you can tell when it's recording. There you go, you got your little red blinky light telling you that it's recording. So I'm recording myself. Hello, self. And then you got your screen here, and that's what it displays. Basically the same things up there. It's connected to Bluetooth. I think that was a GPS icon. Yeah, that's lighting up right there. Battery levels. Probably can't change a whole lot of things while you're recording, but the screen will eventually go out. It times out, I don't know, 10 seconds to conserve battery life. But while you are recording, it will continue to blink right up here. So I'm going to explore some other features about connecting an external microphone, and hopefully you can do that. That was one of the things I wanted to do, but apparently there's a microphone, there is a microphone, those little dots, and I think there's a third microphone somewhere. That the audio is supposed to be pretty good, so we'll check back in and I'll let you know. So I've got it on the selfie stick, just doing some walking around outside. I'm getting ready to do some workout on the front porch. Let's see. I don't know how good the audio is going to be, because one of the things they talk about is all of the microphones that are on these things. There's supposed to be 3 microphones on this HERO5, but to mount the GoPro, you have to put it in the case. And everything that I've seen is when you put it in the case, typically people are talking about the waterproof case, how it really messes with the audio. So to mount it, to use this, or even use use it as a tripod, which was when you would want to record yourself talking to it, you've got to put it in the case. So granted, it's not a waterproof case, so there's a right around here on the side, there's a microphone that is not covered, and I think there might be one over here on this side that's not covered.
Okay, and there's one right on the bottom. So maybe it's not as bad. I have not listened to this, so we'll see. We'll see if I am wrong. So we'll shoot a few more videos around the yard, and I got to get these things moved over to the computer so I can edit it. I'm gonna try the GoPro software. Okay, so in full disclosure, I'm recording this after I just gave my final thoughts because I'm doing something a little bit different. I thought I was doing video, I thought it was recording, but apparently it did like 30 seconds of time lapse or I don't know. There may be some outtakes because I don't know what I just did to turn it off, but there we go. Anyway, so is the GoPro something that it just did it again? So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's hitting a time thing. We're looking at 6 seconds. I can see it over here on my phone. I don't know what's causing it. So maybe there's some more things that I'm frustrated with about the GoPro than I expected. I don't know what that was. Something is causing it also to set the like points of interest. I don't know what that would be. My hand signals apparently are telling it to turn off or on. I don't quite understand. I don't know. It just did that too whenever I said I don't understand. Who knows? Anyway, as far as the review goes, is this the perfect tool? No. Is it worth a few $100? Yes. But as you're about to see in the rundown that I'm going to give you, it got more expensive than I expected fairly fast. So to get a fully functioning GoPro, I was hoping I didn't trigger it to do something. To get a fully functioning camera out of this, you might have to spend more than you want. Given all of the accessories that I'm thinking, it takes a $400 camera up to probably about $650 after tax. So let's go right into my final thoughts. They need a better get started instructions. For someone who has never owned a GoPro before, who has really only like touched one or used one maybe twice ever, it was kind of, the instructions were kind of hard to understand. It was so attached to the box that I felt like I was going to break it to get it in there. The case that it's in right now, so it can be mounted. It didn't say it came with a case, so when it did come with a case, I was kind of confused as to how to get it on or off, and I felt like I was going to break it pushing it into and getting it out of the case mount. So it's just, there are things that cause confusion that I think they could smooth out. They could get maybe approach a wider audience. I think my mom might be nothing against you, Mom. I think there might be some confusion as to what's going on and how to get started. You're going to need more than one battery. Let's face it, the battery life they're not known for their battery life. Good thing is batteries are $20. I don't have my second one up here, but I'll get to that here in a second. I think I remember growing up, camera batteries used to be really expensive. Now they're $20 because they want you to buy more of them because they know they don't last very long. And if you run out of battery, you can't film, and if you can't film, you can't pull your cool stuff or put your cool stuff up for people to see it. So the good thing is the batteries aren't necessarily cheap. That brings me to my next point, is you will need an external charger if you want to use this, if you want to rotate any sort of batteries, because the batteries themselves don't include any way to charge them. The only way that you can charge them without buying an additional accessory is by putting them into the camera and plugging the camera into the USB charger or into your computer or something like that. Okay, so what I think I'm going to end up buying is it's another $50 add-on, which will come with another battery, and it will include a bay so that you can charge 2 batteries at once. So you've got one in the GoPro, 2 charging, so you can rotate them out. I think it takes about 2.5 hours to charge one. So I think maybe with 3 batteries, 1 in and 2 charging, you could probably have a solid rotation there, and not be just SOL. The next point that I've got for you is that there's going to be a lot of accessories that you're going to need. Obviously the case comes with it, and it's using the flat mount that came with it, but I mean, if you want any sort of selfie thing, or you want it to use as a tripod, right now I've got one of the arms removed so I could get maybe the right height. There's a lot of accessories that you're going to need, not including, we're not even talking yet about any sort of protective lens covers or any sort of case to carry all of your stuff around in, like they sell backpacks and things like that. You can carry your mobile batteries, lens covers. You could probably, hopefully, throw that thing in there. But you're going to need a lot of accessories. So after tax, it was another $130 before I was able to walk out the store. And I think I'm probably going to spend, it's $50 if you don't have the GoPro service, whatever that was called. With that service, it drops down to $40, and then you get a free battery, so you get a charger for like $20 is basically what the math comes out to. So, I mean, if you buy one of these and you don't have anything, you're going to be in it another, I mean, with tax, I'd probably say maybe another $200. No. Yeah, $200 before you get something that you really want. So you're looking at something for, let's call it $600. That's rugged, semi-water. It's supposed to be waterproof, although I'm somewhat skeptical whenever I close all of those doors. Waterproof, rugged, tiny, great pictures. Has a lot of flexibility. Where would you be at it on a comparable DSL that would be, this big? Just something to consider. 4K video and 1080p video over 30 frames per second is a beast. If you're looking at editing that on your computer, I've got a quad-core i7, 16 gigs RAM, and a 512 solid-state drive. And I'm using Camtasia 8. Adobe might be better at doing 4K, but it is very hard, and I'm editing multiple clips together, so maybe that's it. But 4K and 1080p video over 30 frames per second, and the GoPro will do 30, 48, 60, and 120 frames per second at 1080p. It's just hard on the computer. Here's some good things though. The GoPro is fairly foolproof. The buttons on the back, or the LCD, when it lights up, that's what I mean, the buttons, they're pretty easy to understand and choose. So almost anyone in that regard can do it if you can get it out of the box. I don't know, however, how easy it is to upload directly to maybe a social media network. I don't know that you would necessarily want to. Maybe that's where you would come in and do the capture or something like that. But then again, if my computer's having issues editing that video, I'm kind of wondering how the capture app or contact app, it's called the capture, I think. So just keep that in mind as well. But you're not overwhelmed with options. Again, there's just a handful of video modes, a handful of shooting modes. It was fairly easy to set up the time lapse, but I will tell you, you absolutely need the capture app on your mobile device. It is, I'd almost say it's 100% necessary. I don't think the user experience, and that may be because it's so small and they want to keep it that way. I don't know how good of an experience you would have with your GoPro without. I think it just turned off the video because I did this or something, some hand gesture turned off the video. I have no idea why. It does that sometimes. So it's voice activated, like this GoPro stop video. So I just stopped it and started it with my voice, which is kind of cool. But again, it stopped for some reason. I don't understand. Anyway, the jury's still out. I'm cautiously optimistic. There's no way to use an external microphone without a $40 or $50 add-on, which is kind of frustrating. Again, we're up to, with that, we'd be up to like $250 in accessories, so it becomes less of a cheaper option than maybe I would have liked or been interested in. So no external microphone. There are a few quirks. So the jury is still out, but I'm cautiously optimistic. This is the first time I've used the video or used the GoPro in a... See, it just cut out again whenever I did something like this. I don't know what it did. I don't know what I was doing whenever it turned it off. Cautiously optimistic. Stay tuned to the YouTube channel, to ElloryWells.com. So it cut out when I said send you more updates. Send updates. I don't know. I'm just trying right now. I just had to start it and stop it again. So something about my voice or the way I talk is giving me fits. I would possibly try to turn that off. Maybe I'm not talking as clearly as I would have liked. So with that, I'm going to sign off. Again, thank you for watching my review. Ellory over at ElloryWells.com. Hope to see you there. GoPro stop video.